Oh man, let me tell you something. One Piece, chapter 922, titled Viceroy of the Hundred Beast Pirates Kaido. That title ain't no lie. This thing is all about Kaido and the kind of insanity that is his very presence. This guy is wild. So we see the allied forces of the Straw Hat Samurai Alliance, just looking out over leftover town, where Kaido is looming over Sentomaru and Jack. And naturally, Momosuke is just freaking out because this explains why Kinemon originally had that hatred towards dragons, and why Momosuke is just kind of a little off put by his own transformation. You know, and with Kaido suddenly being in Kuri, Law has no choice but to explain the fact that Straw Hat and Zoro and him accidentally revealed their presence in Wano, which has brought down the wrath of Kaido. And I love this point where Sanji's just like, "What are you doing, man?" And Law's just like, "You are the last people to be asking me what I've been doing. This is your fault. This on all of y'all, because your captain had to play the little hero and go start in trouble." But he just explained it just like, this vicious cycle that we've been just pretty much dismantling since you guys entered the new world with, Kaido making weapons in Wano, and, Doflamingo and Caesar being taken out with the artificial devil fruits and the black market trades that, Doflamingo's been funneling and all that good stuff. We pretty much completely dismantled most of his operation, destroyed the Smile factories, messed up Punk Hazard and Dressrosa, eliminating a major buyer of Kaido. You know, it can seen as nothing but us just picking a fight with him. So it was eventually gonna come to this at some point. And Luffy, he just goes racing off because he knows it's like he's basically screwed over Leftover Town and left them unprotected. It's just like, Luffy, what did you think was gonna happen? Of course he was gonna come down with rage and thunder and just start messing shit up. Like, bro. And Law goes chasing after him, tells everyone stay here at Odin Castle. You know, hopefully we'll be the only ones found out, and that'll be the end of it. They won't think that we have major forces. It's just a few people just running around causing trouble, and it'll just leave it at that. So Law goes chasing after him, and everyone's just left wondering what's gonna happen next, much like the audience at this point. Because who would have thought Kaido would just show up, just be like, "Yeah, I'm here to mess up your day. Get ready. Gonna wreck you people," and everyone can basically see Kaido's descent. Like, if you are within a few miles of this place, you damn well see Kaido. He's basically changing the weather at a certain point, and there's this massive serpentine figure in the sky. It's hard to miss. And Hawkins just like, "Oh my god, I can't believe he appeared in person." Hold'em still beaten to hell. It's just like, well, this must be how I die. Suru is told to run. People are just bailing out. And Maru's telling his men, is just like, "Yep, time to get out of here. Retreat to the forest. Head back to the forest of Kiri. Let's get out of here." And Jack's just like, "Hey, Maru, yeah, I heard some bandits running around here, And then Shitamaru has this flashback of him facing off against Kaido, which distinctly shows that he is a member of the Allied Forces of the Kibi, or one of the people who were under Odin, something to that extent. Although the fact that he was out raiding a village doesn't really cast him in the best light. Then again, Frankie was also a bit of a gangster and an underworld thug, so it's just like, morality, what even is that? And Kaido shows a bit of his goofier side in the fact that he's just like, hey, that whole stuff that went down between us 20 years ago where you tried to kill me, I tried to kill you, it's all in the past. And he's, hicking and wheezing and just, he's obviously drunk as a skunk, basically, just making these silly faces. Just like, it's all in the past. You can be my subordinate now. And Jack's like, are you drunk, man? Did you come to address our enemies drunk? What's wrong with you? And Kaido's just like, I'm not drunk. What are you talking about? So it's so interesting just to see this, but we've kind of seen this before, where Kaido gets a little more emotional, and he has a savage drinking problem, and he gets emotional when he's had too much. We saw him, just kind of wilding out here and there. It's just like it's gone full force here, and freaking Shinomaru's just like, man, should I fight him? I don't think I'm gonna be able to escape this. Should we fight? I'm not sure. And Jack's just like, oh, great. He's here. He's drunk. He's probably going to set all of Curry up in flames. We're going to lose our workforce. This is not good. This is definitely not good. And as Luffy and Law are headed towards Leftover Town, Law is just giving Luffy the business. Just look what you've done. Look what your constant interference and lack of foresight has done. And it's just like, he's right and he's wrong, because it's just like, but there were extenuating circumstances, and Luffy had ignored it. It'd be very much against his character, because he's so much about, only, helping out those before him. That's his whole thing. If injustice is happening in front of his face, he's gonna do something. That's just his character. And we even have this nice little aside where we find out that Suru has in fact, kept to herself for the past 20 years. And Kinemon's just like, I can't believe all this time she hasn't, taken on another husband or anything like that. So for 20 years, Suru has been, just waiting for Kinemon, completely just, staking to herself, which is very sweet. I can't wait for them to be reunited. And of all things, Hawking comes in and is just like, Luffy, Law are here, they're in a Odin castle, there you go, bro. And, he makes it sound like it's actually a lie later on. He just says he said that to stop the rampage. But, with all the legends surrounding the ruins of Odin Castle and what's been going on with the ghost of the, previous ruling party and all that good stuff, it might be a good idea to just kind of dismantle the ruins and all that good stuff. Just to kind of nip some, you know, you know, flames of revolution in the bud, which is a very interesting thing for Hawkins to say, because he's not wrong. Hawkins is pretty much right on the money. It's just like, attack Odin Castle and they lose, the element of surprise and this little bit of hidden territory that they've been managing to keep on the DL. And Kaido's just like, ooh, okay, so that's where they're probably hiding. Those brats. He thinks back to Luffy and Law. He is just livid with the two of them. It's just like, man, Luffy is just wasting no time and just continuing to piss off Yonko from jump of getting into the new world. He was pissing off Big Mom, now then he started pissing off Kaido. It's just like, bro. And so Kaido just starts zooming over towards Odin Castle, like lightning fast speeds. Like, he is incredibly fast. And he just sends out this attack called Bolo Bless, which actually It kind of looks like he's sneezing when he actually fires it off, but I don't know. I don't know if this is a beam. It seems more like a blast of compressed air more than anything else. I'm not actually sure. And he completely wipes out Odin Castle, seemingly just killing off Nami, Chopper, Carrot, Sanji, Brook, all of them. And it's just like, it looks like he's killed them, which of course he hasn't. Like, are you kidding me? Like, yeah, a few panels of them dying, that's how all of them are going out. More than likely, Law or someone had saved them at the last minute, as I very much doubt they'd just be dead just like that. And we even see Shutamaru's just like, he's pissed off. It's just like, how dare you do that to Odin's castle? You know? But even Hawkins is just like, man, it took only a second for him to just, get out of a drunken stupor and just go directly in on the problem. And Jack's just like, yeah, dude's fucking crazy. And I just love. I want to see more of the relationship between Jack and Kaido, because it seems like Jack's just been dealing with Kaido's bullshit for years now. He's just like, yeah, that's just the boss. That similar kind of situation between the Straw Hats and Luffy. It's just like, yeah, that's just their captain. But that seems to be just a running theme with a lot of pirate crews, where their captain is just completely insane and very grandiose, or just very weird and out there, and the crew just has to deal with it. But naturally, Luffy is fucking pissed, and he goes in on Kaido with a Gum Gum Elephant gun and just smashes it in on Kaido's head. Now, how much damage this actually managed to do to Kaido, you don't know, because it's just like, Kaido's drunk, he's probably not in his right mind. Who knows how good his observation hockey actually is, because, with it, he would have definitely noticed that Luffy and Law have entered, were nearby, at least in, Wano, at least to some degree, I would think. Where he would have noticed Luffy coming in with that giant attack, because usually that's the downside of his Gear 3rd attacks. They're usually a little bit slower than normal attacks. But we'll see the full extent of what has actually happened with Luffy managing to get a hit off on Kaido. I very much doubt too much has happened. I already seen people just raving in the comments, yep, R.I.P. Luffy, he's done, this is how he dies, this is insanity, what's going on, this is crazy, because this is a complete 180 from Whole Cake Island, whereas, we had this slow build up all the way up to, Big Mom, but here it's just like Kaido shows up and he starts wrecking everyone's shit. Like, it's just like, what? What is even going on at this point? Where is all of this even going? And, it really just kind of cements the fact that, once you got into the overall plan of things, where it's just kind of like, oh, here's our whole plan just laid out and detailed, and, this is how everything was going to definitely go down. Yeah, sure, this is completely how it will happen. Of course that wasn't going to be how that happened. Like, seriously, there was absolutely no way any of that was going to work out, especially with Luffy in the mix, just going around pulling a Leroy Jenkins and just like, oh my god, he just ran in, like, going in on the final boss like it's nothing. And it just makes me think of Leo Snart from what was it, The Flash or Legends of Tomorrow, where he's just like, make the plan, execute the plan, expect the plan to go off the rails, throw away the plan. It's just like, there's no way any of this was going to work. It's just, I'm losing my mind over all of this, because it's just like, Yep, Oda has completely thrown us for a loop. Nobody can guess where any of this is going anywhere anymore because it's just past few chapters have just been like insanity. Just put your hands up, go along for the ride because craziness is just happening and there's no controlling it. But hey, tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. What did you think of this chapter? Yeah, and if you liked what I had to say about it, leave me a like or a dislike and tell me what I've been doing wrong. And subscribe for more chapters of One Piece because Oda is bringing the insanity. Thanks for joining me.